Konnichiwa, and welcome to Tsuki no Ame, where we try Japanese snacks and treats. Today we have an interesting one from Baksu. So this is our Nori Tempura and Shrimp Chips, Plum and Red Shiso. And right off the bat, if you've been on the channel for a while, you're probably already noticing why I say that. If you're new, first of all, hi, welcome, thank you for joining. But something that we talk about on the channel pretty frequently is the seafood curse, which is that there is something about the process in making some of these seafood flavored snacks where it kind of gets kind of an old seafood stank, right? Like seafood that isn't quite fresh. Uh, Sometimes it works, and when it works, it's amazing. But when it doesn't, sometimes the results get a little interesting. So these have two different types of kind of chips, I guess. I'm not entirely sure what to call them. So the Nori Tempura or Nori Ten, those are kind of these square things. It is seaweed kind of dipped in batter and fried. They are honestly generally pretty delicious. I've been a fan. I have really enjoyed them. What's really worrying me are these shrimp chips. That is where we have the potential for things to really kind of go sideways. So I'm hoping it works out. Uh, we're going to find out. We're going to find out. Should be interesting. I am curious to see how it goes either way. And I'm also curious to see kind of how the plum and red shiso play in this. So with all that in mind, let's get started. Itadakimasu! Alright, so first thing we have to do. Yeah, I'm smelling this. I'm smelling the shrimp. I loved seafood as a kid. I really did. Alright, so we have our Noriten and our shrimp chip. I am actually going to start with that just because I may need the Noriten to kind of get it out of my mouth. Sorry, shrimp also I've noticed has kind of higher rates of getting hit by the curse. So it does have all this lovely seasoning on it. Alright. It is a little bit of it. Not nearly as bad as some of the other ones we've had, though it is lingering. It has a nice kind of crispy crunch to it. Texture-wise, it's pleasant. It kind of goes quick. It sort of pulls the vanishing trick that some of these do. I'm not really getting anything much else in terms of flavor. Mostly that there's definitely some sort of spice involved, but it goes so quick and the shrimp is so strong, I'm not sure how much of that I'm really picking up. And this does have the shrimp smell. But you see what I mean, right? You clearly have the seaweed on the back. It's kind of dipped more on one side, and then you have the tempura on the other. Again, seeing a lot of lovely seasoning on here. I don't know how well you can tell with my camera, but there is a lot kind of in those crevices, which is usually a good sign. That one was really good. That one's pretty pleasant. I do, like I said, I like Nori 10. Nori 10 is usually pretty good. And it doesn't have any of like the shrimp flavoring. It's that plum and red shiso, which really did gather kind of in those crevices formed by just sort of that natural process of making the Nori 10. So the plum kind of gives it a bit of a brightness to it. I don't know if I'm really familiar enough with the flavor of shiso to be able to pick it out. but it is really tasty, and all of it kind of just comes together beautifully. If this were just a bag of the Nori 10, I would be in love because that is just really good, really tasty, really delicious. I might have to go through and pick out the Nori 10, because I kind of already want more. Gochiso-sama. So to recap, we tried our Nori Tempura and shrimp chips, plum and red shiso, and it's kind of mixed. The shrimp chips are okay. There is a little bit of that old stank on it, but they kind of crunch and then vanish. They kind of just melt away. They go very quick, and there's not a lot of the flavoring on them. I'm sorry, I'm not a big fan of the shrimp chips in here. The Nori Tempura or Nori 10, absolutely delicious. Lovely crunch, and the flavors on them are so good. Um, I really wish it was just that Nori Tempura, the Nori 10. It is really good. It's really flavorful. If you get the chance to try, I might. I mean, if you're curious to try, it's not the worst of the seafood curse we've gotten as far as like those chips. But I might just pick out the Nori 10 and enjoy those because those are delicious if you have easy access to them. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. If you like my shirt, the link for that is down in the description below. And please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Johnny.